go. Let's give everything a few seconds to warm itself up and make sure everything's working, but I think we should be good to go. Whee! Also, hi, Railway. Alrighty. Hello, friends, and welcome back to Raft. We're going to finish beating the game today with this absolute monstrosity of an existence. So, oh, I didn't set my mod. Good to know. Okay, so again, in order to remove the ability oh, I did set it. It was just a sensitive enough movement that it did that. Okay, so in order to remove the ability to walk specifically, we have this mod installed, Player Speed Changer. That specifically lets me remove my walking and sprint speed, but enables normal swimming speed and normal jump speed. These are all the normal values and that kind of thing. The gigantic emotes, I don't know when Twitch added those, but they're a thing now, I guess. Hello, friends. How's it going? Yeah, so we're going to continue to try and beat Raft without walking. Last time we created this monstrosity of an existence in our course to finish Balboa, but we did in fact finish Balboa using whatever the heck this thing is. So now we are on our way to Caravan Town, and Caravan Town should theoretically work normally. I think we can use normal speed strats to get through Caravan Town. I don't have unstuck up yet, but I am going to unstuck down to the bottom because I am not working my way down the staircase. Hey, Allie, I just beat Tangaroa. Nice. Nice. I do have a specific plan that I want to use when we get to Tangaroa, because I want to do Tangaroa skip, and I'll explain what that means and what that is as we approach it and that kind of thing. You what me with the 25 months on Twitch? That's kind of insane. That is so long. That's almost 2 streams, indeed. Indeed, almost 2 years, almost 2 streams in completely opposite actions. Hello, everyone. How's it going? It's welcome to see... welcome, and lovely to see you all. There we go. Those are the words that I wanted to use. Okay, do we have unstuck yet? No. Why is unstuck taking so long? Because I can't get down there unless I really finicky do like this kind of thing. And then I don't think I can, yeah, so it would be a series of doing this repeat. Well, excuse me, I just hiccuped. Doing this repeatedly, which is just annoying to make it all the way down. But we can in fact make it all the way down if we do this. It's just annoying and it takes forever. I finally got all 104 achievements. Such a grind. Do you have them? I do have them all. The unstuck is in fact stuck. Also, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. We are currently making our way down the mountain of chairs because this is a perfectly balanced way of moving without moving. Also, I am gonna do this just so that we have normal daytime all the time, because nighttime doesn't change anything in the game, it just makes it dark. And I want you guys to be able to see what's going on, because I can see it on my screen. But I would like you guys to be able to see it too, because Raft night is very dark and very annoying. Have you seen my new desktop background? It's great. I haven't seen it yet, but I look forward to seeing it Railway, because knowing you, it'll be cursed. And I like cursed. Okay, we're just gonna slowly but surely work our way downtown. This is a perfectly balanced and normal way of moving around your raft when you can't walk. It's just teleporting through tons and tons of chairs. This is how it's supposed to be. Carried by chairs. Oh yeah, chairs are hard carrying this run. Absolutely. Ziplines would be great after you build Caravan. In full honesty, I didn't think about ziplines. However, that does mean going and unlocking all of the blueprints. It's in Vex's General. Sounds good. I'll look at it. Those 2 sentences alone mean very cursed things. Indeed. Again, hello everyone who is stopping by. Lovely to see you. Okay, I don't know if I can make it down to this layer unless I do that, which is fine. Somehow that works, but I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to question it. We're just going to continue to wiggle our way downtown. This is totally normal. I just got here. Question, why did you build so high? So this, you can't even see all of the raft right now, I don't think. I don't think all of the raft is fully rendered in, But this is how we beat Balboa. This monstrosity. I want to see what it looks like if we get all the way down. I want to see how absolutely cursed this is. And for everyone who's stopping by who didn't see the stream yesterday or the VOD or anything like that, which is totally fine, no pressure, I proved that we can make it to the radio tower in completely vanilla normal survival. And that means that we can survive indefinitely. It's just a matter of gathering enough resources and that kind of thing to do this. So in order to save everyone's time and sanity, we're allowed to spawn in materials because there's an infinite number of planks in Raft and that kind of thing. It would just take 40 hours to gather all of them, and that's not what anyone is interested in seeing. So we're allowed to spawn in resources, we're allowed to spawn in food, water, that kind of thing, because we did it all normally to get to the radio tower, which proves that, like, you can do it indefinitely. It's just really, really tedious if we're trying to do all of this. Because, like, imagine how much wood this takes, and I don't think anyone wants to sit here for 10 hours and just pick up planks with the hook. I don't think that's interesting to literally anyone. So this is the substitute. We're allowed to spawn in materials and that kind of thing. Just to, you know, make sure that we're actually completing the challenge and not just gathering materials the entire time. So, in case you're ever wondering why I'm spawning in, like, planks or something like that, that is why. I promise it is intentional and I know what I'm doing. I think we gotta move this over here and then do it like this. Yeah, and then I can... Now we're back into our normal navigatable part of the raft, where we can just teleport everywhere. There we go. What a lovely view of our raft. This is how you're meant to play this game. Absolutely. Absolutely how you're meant to play this game is with this noodle structure. And also that one that I didn't destroy when we did the cruise ship. So, you know, it's fine. I'm gonna orient ourselves so that we're facing in the direction of the wind, but then we're gonna start... Suppose I should just plug in the code for Caravan Town, shouldn't I? Then we can start going that way. Alright, so let's do that. Come over here. Turn that on. What is our caravan code? It is 6219. 6219. Oh, and it's directly ahead of us. How lovely. How lovely. Okay, so that works out great. Then from here we can just teleport around our network of chairs that we have made for ourselves. And I just gotta get over to my engine perfectly normally. Then we get all of this going. And then we want that to go forward. How many hours have you spent in Raft? Around 900 at this point in time. Around 900 hours. That's not the exact number, but it's close to that. Hopefully your FPS survives this cursedness. I have my FPS locked at 90 just to try and negate some of the things. And last year I built a pretty beefy computer to help me record some cursed YouTube videos. So I'm hoping everything works out. Do I know if it's going to? No. Importantly, I do not know. But we're still going to try anyways. But look at this lovely raft design that we've got going on here. I like this noodle structure, and I like the random floating chair over there that I didn't destroy. So the whole plan of building out this ramp was that, theoretically, I would be able to break a single pillar right there, and then the rest of this would collapse because it wasn't supported. Clearly that did not work. Clearly that did not go the way that I thought it would. So instead we just get to keep this noodle structure, because I'm not destroying it. That is too much work. No. I'm not going through and doing all of this. Hi, good to catch up live. Lovely to see you, friend. Lovely to see you. Yeah, this is, it's a thing, alright. It is a thing that happened. How far away are we from Caravan Town? About 700 meters? That's not bad at all. That already didn't work in Let's Game It Out's video, if I remember correctly. Well, we're gonna find out, because I'm not destroying this at this point. I wonder if I can use these tendrils to, like, get over to Temperance, but I think they might be too high for Temperance. Because importantly, we can build up, but we can't build down. So we always need to start at a set height, which is rough. I think Temperance is going to be kind of cursed. Removing the bottom bit and going away, that is. The game stopped removing halfway. That tracks. That tracks. Physics in this game isn't real and can't hurt you. So, you know, it's fine. I'm going to spawn in a paddle just so we can make our way over to Caravan Town faster. because no one wants to sit around and wait for forever. So we're gonna get there faster with a paddle, because paddles have the fastest or the highest impact on movement speed. Paddles make you move the fastest of anything in the game. So more so than an engine. An engine adds about 0.2 or about 0.5 meters to your base speed, versus a paddle adds 1.5 meters to your base speed per second, that is. So paddles are a lot better than engines. They just require manual labor. So, in case you're wondering, engines, not good in terms of pure speed. OMG, the chairs. I wondered how you could see this without walking. Yeah, chairs allow you so that if you look at them, they will always put you in the chair, and if you stand up, it places you on top of the chair. So with that metric, we can kind of wiggle ourselves around the raft. And I think this looks even more cursed in third person. Let me just climb my tower really fast. Yeah, that's perfectly normal and perfectly acceptable way of movement. Yep. But hey, it's not walking. I haven't yet made a single chair. It's not worth it for the most part. These chairs are also bygones of bygones. Later on, you should change them to toilets. I was debating changing them all to bathtubs, because I love the bathtubs. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I may be misremembering. The video is quite old, not as if the game has fixed anything in the meantime. Yeah, that's one of the other big dilemmas with Raft. Excuse me as I hydrate. It is important. Keep yourself hydrated. I'm going to unstuck back to the bulk of the raft if it'll let me, because I don't want to try and climb down this again. It's annoying. It's not hard, but it is annoying. And again, for anyone who is just stopping by, we are allowed to spawn in materials because we proved that it's not a matter of doing it. It's just a matter of like, oh, excuse me, there's like something stuck in my throat. It's not a matter of like, could you gather all these materials? You absolutely could. It would just take 40 hours to pick up planks. And that's not interesting or entertaining to anyone, including me. So instead of like spending all of my time just sitting here picking up all of these planks, we're just going to allow ourselves to spawn in materials and that kind of thing. Because it's not like there's a limited resource in Raft. So just so everyone is on the same page. You guys ever get that feeling where like you feel there's something on the back of your palate in your mouth? You play this on Peaceful and love it so far. Yeah, Peaceful Raft is a great way to play Raft. Especially if you're not so sure about fending off Jeremiah all the time, or if the screechers are just really getting to you, which is totally valid because the screechers are annoying as all get out. Peaceful is a great mechanism. How did you get the copper for the radio? Swimming is allowed. So we are specifically isolating walking. Walking and running are not allowed, because like I could allow sprinting and then it wouldn't even be a challenge, let's be honest. So swimming is allowed, but walking, so if I try and walk, I have a mod enabled that makes this the whole walk speed. It's more evident when I'm not walking on chairs, but like this is the walk speed because I couldn't turn it completely off, but I made it super, super slow. So instead, it's more obvious that like walking, I'm not going to do that for the entire story island. You know, we're not doing that. But instead, we will use the chair teleportation. What are the rules on land? No walking. No walking, no running. But swimming, jumping, crouching, all that is perfectly normal. So we're specifically isolating the ability to walk and or run. That is particularly what we are doing. It's a good time because we have enabled swimming, and that's how we got all of the underwater resources. So doing that wasn't so bad. There is no way to do it without walking or swimming, because in order to do the no swimming, you need to have an angled scarecrow, and there is no way to access the angled scarecrow without walking. So you can't do both. Oh goodness, whatever is in the back of my throat is gonna suffocate. It's a good time. Yeah, so that's basically what we're doing. And we're on our way to Caravan Town right now. So if I pop up here real fast, we're about 1,000 meters out from Caravan Town, which is not far at all. We can just teleport through our network of chairs back over somewhere we can use our paddle more effectively. I love underwater on peaceful mode. It's amazing. It is amazing. Underwater, for the most part, I really like the islands and how they look underwater. I do wish there was more underwater. Considering so much of this world is ocean, there's shockingly little of it in the ocean. And that does make me a little sad as a marine biologist, but, you know, it's still a good game, and I still love this game. There's a reason I've played it for so much. And then more paddles, because more paddles make the world go round. My engine is still going, so we are still headed in the right direction, which is good. Have you ever played Sea of Thieves? I have, actually. I started playing very, very recently, and I recorded my first ever play session with a few friends, and I plan on editing that down into a video eventually when I get the time, which is always a contentious issue, shall we say, when I get the time. Allie, did you ever find the underwater bit that was shown in the final chapter trailer? I don't think it's the game myself. I don't think it is. I looked for it, but I don't think it's truly there, which is a bit sad. There is one bit of a small island, and I think it happens to be Split, the small island that I call Split, that is shown in the trailer, if that's what we're referring to, but that was already in the game. That wasn't new. I had to stop playing due to motion sickness. Sea of Thieves does have, or Raft and Sea of Thieves. In case you didn't know, Raft does also have a motion sickness mode that you can toggle, and that will remove the waves. You can see. I keep mine on because it's important for this challenge that we wobble a little bit, but that is a thing. There is tilapia in the ocean. No, there's no tilapia in the ocean. Tilapia are a freshwater fish, and I will not be hearing further arguments on this. I literally asked my ichthyology professor about that because I was curious. An ichthyologist is someone who specializes in fish specifically, so he has a PhD in fish. And I was like, hey, are tilapia ever in like open saltwater? And he's like, no, literally never. And I was like, okay. So I literally got it from a guy who has a PhD in fish, that tilapia do not exist in the ocean. And I was like, bet. So now I feel even better about saying that, because like I was 99% certain on that, but you know, I like to double check my facts and that kind of thing. And so when my professor, who has the PhD in fish, tells me I wouldn't trust a guy with a PhD in computer science to configure a router TBH. That is valid. However, having a PhD in fish does help me understand where fish belong. That I will grant you that computer science wouldn't help you configure a router, but this is directly his field. Having a PhD in fish is kind of funny to me. Yeah, that is, the further you go into academia, the more you know about a very specific subject, and the less you know about everything else. Is just kind of the way it works. Silly Allie, if I put tilapia in the ocean, then there are tilapia in the ocean, duh. That is true, there would be a tilapia in the ocean, but it would not live very long. They do have some saline tolerance, but they don't live in the ocean. And yes, this is not IT, so it is fair. I didn't know you could have a PhD in fish. That's awesome. Yeah, ichthyology is specifically the study of fish. Very commonly, people who study ichthyology will end up doing fisheries management and that kind of thing, or do like pure organismal biology, and those people kind of scare me. There's Caravan Town. Everyone's favorite monstrosity. Alive was never specified. Technically, I never specified that tilapia had to be alive. That is true. Will you specialize in a field with what you're doing? Yes, probably. I'm a marine ecologist, and my emphasis is in restoration ecology. I'm really interested in putting together ecosystems, and specifically like restoring marine ecosystems. That's something that I find particularly interesting. Although I'm about to finish my master's degree in oyster aquaculture of all things, so, which is tangentially related to estuary restoration. But I'm doing more on the, like, how we can do sustainable farming of oysters, which is pretty cool, and I really like it. I'm pretty proud of my master's thesis so far. I'm pretty proud of it. You can't really throw the tilapia back in Raft. You can, technically. It will just go out in a cardboard box. Thoughts about the reduction in shrimp counts impacting fisheries and the US being unable to curb overfishing, risking full ecological collapse? Oh, I have so many thoughts on that kind of thing, my friend. I have so many thoughts. Okay, I think instead of doing my normal ramping strategy for Caravan Town, I think we build another noodle. I think we build more noodles to get over to where we need to go. More noodles and more chairs. So with the above info, I bet that there are, in fact, tilapia in the ocean. I love the bubble frame for the webcam. Thanks, Zero. I appreciate you. But yeah, I spend a lot of time thinking about the ocean, both in video games and in real life. Probably too much time, but you know, you live and you learn. I want to get over here, because this is the infirmary, which is where we get the key to the mayor's office. So I gotta get over here. We want to get, like, decently close, because I don't want another tendril to be super long. At least cardboard boxes are biodegradable. You make an excellent point. You do make an excellent point, my friend. Cardboard boxes are, in fact, biodegradable. So, theoretically, you could put the tilapia back. Not that you should burn them. But you could put them back. I couldn't work out how to get the tail island with Mama Bear onto the tall island, so I built a huge ladder ramp and then saw you can get there by land. Yeah, there are a few access points to Balboa, but Balboa is kind of an interesting journey if you haven't done it before. That's part of the reason it's my favorite story island. I love Balboa because it's so big and overwhelming your first time. Because I think that's the first time you truly get to experience that part of Raft is on Balboa, and I really, really like it. Because the radio tower and the cruise ship are both pretty small, pretty simplistic story islands, and then you get to Balboa and you're like, oh my goodness, there's so much. And it's so easy to get lost and turned around, and I really like that. Alrighty, it is time for Caravan Town. So first step first is getting into the infirmary right there. Right? So we're gonna noodle our way up here a little bit. I removed this chair, apparently. No issue. Is that gonna be too tall? This is gonna be too tall, because we need to meet, like, right at that door. So I think what we do, right, if I can wiggle this a little bit, or we'll remove this chair. That can go there. We'll do that. Make our way downtown. Again, we are allowed to spawn in infinite numbers of resources and whatnot, because we prove that survival isn't the issue. So, water. Water isn't an issue, it's just a matter of having enough resources, and that's boring. So instead, we are allowed to have as many of things as we want, and by that, I mean chairs. Although we could use this opportunity to swap to bathtubs. We could use this opportunity to swap to bathtubs. Which I think we're just going to do, because bathtubs are infinitely better. And it's always easier to start out lower and then build up, is something we have learned. We have learned that it is easier to start low and go higher. I think I need to remove this temporarily. Where's Nere for a hot tub counter? Good question. I think bathtubs also have a bigger hitbox, so this might actually be easier. We might have made our lives inadvertently somewhat easier using bathtubs. Which is a weird sentence that I never thought I would say, but you live and you learn. So we're gonna continue this pattern that we learned up there somewhere in this monstrosity. Of building out diagonally, and then building platforms. Like so that we can use bathtubs to teleport ourselves along as we go. Because this is how you are intended to play this game. This is how this is supposed to work. Use one toilet, please? I suppose we can do that. I suppose we can do that. Never made tubs yet. I must try this. Yeah, tubs were the first item I ever unlocked from the decoration packages, like, after the renovation update. And ever since then, I've kind of had an obsession with them. I don't know why. But the first raft I ever built was shaped like a 4-story bathtub. And it was it was an endeavor. Nick helped me build it. I don't know why we did it, but we did. which I think summarizes the vast majority of my experiences in this game. I don't know why, but I did. Which is how I started speedrunning the game, and that kind of thing too. So, you know, it's consistent. It's consistent. There we go. We're just gonna have a line of bathtubs. You can see the progression as we go, right? Okay, so I need to go more this way. I think I need to take this one and go up like a half wall, which we will do in our standardized fashion. Come here, bathtub. You can go right here. And then we continue upward. Do I need another half wall? Or can I fudge this? I think I can fudge this. This should be fine. Right? If we do that, can I make this work? Is it going to let me place, or is the tree in the way? This might not be placed unless we get a really big wave. If we get a really big wave, it might let me. Because I think we're at just that right wiggle zone. We might have to go up another half wall. That's fine. We can make this work. We can make this work. Aha! I told you. Again, we just need another big wave. Aha! I told you. All this requires is some stubborn determination and way too much wood. And then we can get to wherever we want to go. That's how this works. Right? So I can do... Is that going to work? Or do I need to use a triangle? I think I might need to use a triangle because triangles have weirder collision. And so if I can plop a bathtub down... Uh-huh. And then can I grab the key? Can I grab the key? I can. Haha. Are you technically allowed to jump? Yes. Jumping is allowed. Jumping and running, I just messed up all those words. Jumping, crouching, swimming are all allowed, just not walking or running. Okay, so next step is Mayor's office, which is over there. I think we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way, and by that I mean more bathtubs. We're just gonna go straight over the top. Gotta wait for my raft to come back. I think we're gonna temporarily place a chair down so that I have an easy place to get back onto more of a bulky part of the raft. Come back to me, raft, please. Thank you. Whee! Shows you how much the wave motion changes in this game. Okay, then we do this. Because I need to get basically up and over to over there. I suppose we could move and readjust our raft, you know, like a reasonable and rational human. But where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that when we could instead go all the way over on a stream of bathtubs? I think this is a perfectly reasonable and rational way to do this. And therefore that's what we're going to do. Okay, so now we go back to pillaring. Is that going to place, or do I have to use a triangle? It'll place on this side. That's fine. We can make that work. That's usable. Then we just go back to our normal pattern. Easy clap. And now we just bridge on over. Just bridge on over. Back to pillaring. Is this Valheim? Oh wait, that's pillaging. Close but wrong. Understandable mistake, honestly. Understandable mistake. We just, again, we can't go too high. Because if we get up too high, then we can't go back down. And then I will have to readjust, and that will be very sad. However, I do think the wave motion will work in our favor here. I need more bathtubs. Conveniently, I have a supply ready to go. Because bathtubs make this world go round. Although in Raft, your raft does unironically make the world go round. That is how this game works functionally. Your raft does, in fact, make the world go round. We just need to continue to bathtub pillar our way on over. It's fine. This is the sign of a very human and normal design. How many bathtubs have you used so far? An ungodly amount. I have no clue. what the actual number is. I have no clue. Valheim. Bad words about certain things. Oh dear. Do you have that strong of opinions, Railway? Also, my headphones are dying, so 1 second. Well, I plugged them in. Oh no. Not the Screecher. The white Screecher has found us. This presents a modicum of problem, although it doesn't really matter that much. The bird is gonna... Wait, can I avoid the bird if I'm careful enough? I might be able to survive the bird. We might be able to just kind of wiggle our way through. Do we know if I take damage in a bathtub? Has anyone ever tested if you take stone bird damage while you're in a bathtub? Rude. Because I feel like this is a prime opportunity to see if it does actually impact you. I just need to make sure that I'm in a bathtub when the Screecher's approaching. Okay, let's see. Okay, yes, you do in fact take damage. Good to know. Good to know that it does in fact still take damage. But it's not much. You know, we're thriving. We just gotta make it over there. You've used 40 bathtubs so far? Oh goodness. That's too much. Too many bathtubs. I think, honestly, if we just power through this, we should be fine. If we just power through with the power of bathtubs, we can get ourselves over to wherever we need to go. That is a lot of bathtubs, and it's about to get worse. It's about to get a lot worse. I need to start heading more that way, don't I? Although we might need to kind of like curve around inside the mayor's office. That's going to be a little bit of a dilemma. We'll make it work. I have faith in us. I think if we just continue going straight right now, then we can work our way into the mayor's office like a little more properly. I am worried about this being a little too tall. As in, like, this might be too high off the ground. In which case, that will be very disappointing. I need more bathtubs. Conveniently, we can just make some appear. We can just make more bathtubs happen. Too many bathtubs. And yet, indeed. Okay, so the next time the bird hits me, I'm going to perish. That's fine. Because we can just get ourselves back here. That's fine. We're working our way all the way over. All the way over. I feel like this is going to be too high in the sky. I don't know if I can get down to the point of being able to access the mayor's chest, which is what we need. Because that's where the code is, I think. Then we'll go a couple more out, and then we'll start heading back in. Like so. This might work. Please do one toilet. We'll do a toilet on the very end of this spaghetti. Of this noodle. Suppose I didn't need this bathtub over here, did I? Could have just hopscotched my way over on this one. Oh no, my bathtubs. Uh-oh. Okay, well swimming is allowed. Swimming is allowed, so I can swim at normal speed. Apparently this is where it thinks the center of my raft is now. Which, I suppose I can see why I would think that. I suppose I can see why it would believe that this is the center of my raft. Oh yeah, because you can see, normally when I do my dolphin jumping technique, I like jump and run over the water, but I can't run over the water. It like just stops my momentum. It still plays the running animation and everything, but it doesn't actually help at all. 70 bathtubs? Nice. Nice. Okay, as long as I dodge Jeremiah here, we should be fine. Jeremiah might not have even seen me. I don't think he did. Okay, wait, I just need to get back on the raft. Okay, we're good. We're good. Then we'll just do this so I can get over to where I need to go. And then it's a matter of climbing up the Tower of Doom with all of my bathtubs. Is there a mod to destroy easier or a dev axe? No, there isn't. Sadly. That is not something that exists. Okay, then we go down the bathtub trail. The bathtub trail will lead us to victory. If we just, you know, keep following our dreams. I forgot that I destroyed some bathtubs, so I gotta place a couple more. Add a couple more bathtubs. And then we just climb the staircase full of bathtubs. It's like the Oregon Trail, except for tubs. Exactly. This is how this works. This is how you're meant to play this game. Not that this is at all. I want to see what this looks like in not that, but in third person. Confusing is the answer, is what it looks like in third person. Oh goodness, and it's gonna keep orienting me the wrong way. Okay, never mind. We can't do this in third person. It's too confusing. It's gonna keep reorienting me every time I stand up. You mean to tell me this isn't normal? No, this is perfectly normal. This is the intended route for beating this game, didn't you know? This is slightly nauseating, but you know, that's fine. That's fine. Nothing we aren't used to. And then we just keep chug-a-lugging our way on over. Easy clap. Easy clap. I think we might be too high in the sky. I guess I just played it a little different. I can't imagine why you wouldn't do it this way. I feel like this is the most optimized way of playing Raft. I don't know why anyone would have tried anything different. I need more bathtubs. Tub. More bathtubs. Yeah, this is gonna be too high, isn't it? This is too high, and there's no way to build down. I don't think I could even, like, clip my way through. We have a dilemma. We have a dilemma. Although I have a potential solution, okay? I have a potential solution that I'm willing to test. Because again, infinite resources, all things that we've unlocked vanilla so far. Okay, I'm gonna allow myself to drop. That's fine. I'm gonna allow myself to drop below a part of the raft that I can technically see, right? Trust. Trust the creative vision. Shelves may come and save us here. Because shelves can be placed on one of these, sideways, upside down. We're fine. And then if I rotate, I can build down, like so. This works. This works in a completely intended and normal way. Okay, well, I can build straight down. Can I build over is the thing. That might be where we encounter some problems. This is a mechanism. I think technically I won't take screecher damage here, so there is that. Bird armor, shelves, what can they do? Yeah, there's no defense against shelves. I'm also inside the shelf because physics isn't real. So that works out great. We might have to remove this temporarily. If it'll let me, which is a big ask. We may have to go up slightly higher. Can I theoretically wiggle the bathtub? Oh goodness, this is hard to see. Is there a way I can get the shelves to build out to the side? Good news is we're no longer taking bird damage, because the box we need is right there. That's where we're trying to go. That's where we're trying to go, is just this completely standard direction. Alternatively, I just need to be able to move over slightly sideways. This is confusing. Whee! Oh no. Okay, so... Oh goodness, my dyslexic brain cannot handle this. I'm already bad at left and right. let alone up everything being inverted. How did I take damage from that? I don't know how I took damage from that. Also, in case you were ever wondering, there's no water inside the bathtub. Like, it's not actual water. If I can get it to wave motion down on top of my head again. It's blank. There's this, like, blue filter, and then it's just completely blank wood. It's not coming down. So, bad news is that this is officially too tall for us to climb in the intended method. Good news is I think we can fix that. I'm trying to destroy this, and it's not working. It won't let me destroy this bathtub. This bathtub cannot be destroyed. Which is somewhat of a dilemma, not gonna lie. That doesn't help me. Am I gonna take more bird damage? I'm trying to watch this creature come in. Oh my goodness, the controls. I did take bird damage. That's not fair. And okay, I cannot remove this tub. Okay, I can remove this tub. It finally let me. I looked away for 2 minutes, came back to Allie pretending to be a bat. I'm pretty good at that. I'm pretty good at pretending to be a bat. Can I... Because again, walking totally, or jumping totally allowed. Nothing against walking. I think what might need to happen is, hear me out, we do it kind of this way. I need to rotate this so it's sideways, going like that. And then we can kind of, like, almost angle it from here. Right? If I were able to put a bathtub... I think we need to start further back so I can get the angle on it that I need. I need to start further back. Okay, we got that shelf back. I can get this shelf back. I can. When in doubt, carpets. Carpets will make this work, even if it doesn't want to. When all I need is one good wave pattern. Okay, there we go. There we go. So if I start slightly further back, right here, and then we rotate this a little bit, like so, so that we can kind of push it down as we go. I'm going to use this to reorient myself just a little bit. Just a little bit, right? So now I'm in front of this. And then we just do that. Okay. We're making progress. We're making progress. I believe in our ability to make this work. I think this can happen. I think if okay, you know what? We need carpets. Carpets are coming in here. Rug. Rug is what they're officially called. Get rid of the chair, get rid of the nails. We don't need this stuff anymore. All we need is shelves, carpets, and bathtubs. Because this works. Come on. Come on, game engine. Do your thing. Let this game continue to be horribly buggy in every regard. I think the pole might be causing too much collision. Unless... This is a dilemma. Could I... Oh, that works, that works, that works. I'll take it. I'll take it. This is not at all confusing. In the least. What is happening here? This is not at all confusing. But technically we haven't walked, you know, so there is that. And I'm no longer taking bird damage. So I suppose we are achieving the goal in some sense of the imagination. Let me eat a catfish. Immortal tub. Yeah, it's a thing. It's fine. I could just add more carpets, because more carpets will fix everything. It's not letting me add another shelf or another bathtub. And that doesn't spark joy or confidence. Not gonna lie. Can I... Ooh, okay. Now that I have access to the other side of the pillar, could we restart our chain going the other way? Right? So instead of it going that way, it goes like that. And then from there, we can kind of do like this. Would that help it? Is that going to fix my problems? I feel like the answer is no. But what if we just for good measure, you know, do a little bit of this and then see if this will work? I don't know if carpets help with collision on story objects. Maybe, okay, maybe we need chair for this because chair has a smaller hitbox. We can even use the smallest stool. Oh, okay, that gave a brief placement option. That gave a brief placement option. It is potentially possible. You know, I don't know if that's what I wanted, but we're gonna try it out anyways. Come back to me, please. Now I'm up here. Well, good news is we did make it back on the raft. Do I know that this will help us at all? No, I don't. But we did make it back on the raft. So alternatively, so the problem is that we can't build down at all. There is no mechanism for building down. You can build up, but you can't build down. And that's gonna throw us off here. Because you always have to like pillar up to something. You can never go down to it. It's annoying and frustrating from like a raft design standpoint. See, like even now that I'm below this, can you build a ramp down? No. No, you can't. There is no way to build down in the game. You can only start from the top or start from the bottom. It won't let me like place a roof off of that going down or anything like that. It's not possible. The game doesn't like it. I don't know why the game has such like strict requirements on that kind of thing. It only ever checks for bottom up support. It's really annoying when I'm trying to like design fancy, actually aesthetic rafts. That one got intercepted. Also, I need water. It's really annoying when you're trying to design basic rafts and you're like, I just want to put a roof here, and you can't because it's not technically supported on the bottom. That happens a lot with like diagonal roofs, where it's supported by everything around it. Then you have to like fudge it out and build out the structure, and then you can do it. Okay, so I think, let me see where this puts me. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, don't save. We reload the save. We reload the save really fast. Because I didn't save, which means the last time it saved should have been somewhere around when we picked up the mayor's key. Yeah, okay, this is doable. This is doable. So again, swimming, totally normal. It just thinks that I'm here for some reason. I think what we're gonna have to do is bring our raft around. Can you place the shelf on the bottom of the flat roof? No. It can only be placed on the top or the side of like a wall or pillar. That's why if you ever watch any of my build tutorials for like my actual fancy raft designs, I'm very specific about what order things are done in. And the reason for that is because Raft otherwise won't recognize it as being an option unless you do it in a specific order. Also, Jeremiah might murder me here if I don't get back in time. Wait. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We made it up. Yeah, so if you've ever watched one of my like actual serious build tutorials. That's why I'm like, you need to do this in this order. Because otherwise Raft will just be like, no, that's not real. And it's like, no, that is real. It's very annoying. It's very, very annoying. One of this game's many finicky properties. Okay, we don't want to be going that way. Good news is we do have the key. So what we can do is we can wiggle ourselves over to where the mayor's office is and then start kind of building out a bigger, or like a ramp at a more correct height. So we know it needs to be below this. This wiggly strand is too low. Or too high, excuse me. So it needs to be below that, which actually is a lot lower in elevation than I thought it was. Kind of puts it in perspective. But yeah, raft placement requirements are an entirely different beast. It's very frustrating on a lot of levels. So I am going further out because we're going to go around the island. I was going to avoid trying to do some of this the speedrun strat way. But we kind of have to, because otherwise we're just not going to be able to make it at the proper height. It's fine. It's fine. We're learning. We're living, we're learning. We're almost, excuse me, almost through Caravan Town. As soon as we get the key in that box, we're off to Tangaroa. And Tangaroa is where I want to try Tangaroa Skip Skip. So that'll be fun. That will be fun. In which I think we just ignore this tower and we build a big ramp. I think we do it like ramp, triangle, ramp, or ramp, square, etc. Because we need it to be 104 tall, specifically. 104. And that's going to be a big ramp. But you know, such is the way of speedrunning ramp. You're at 79 bathtubs? Well, thank you. I appreciate you keeping track. Because goodness knows I would not do that. I appreciate you keeping track of my bathtub counter. We did have a chair counter going for a while, but it was an ambitious task that was not feasible. It was not a feasible task to keep track of the thingy-madoohiggers. Again, excuse me. I don't know why my throat is so murked up today, but it is. It is indeed. Alright, so we're gonna wrap around. You see that white tent right there? It's kind of hard to see, but like right in the center there. That's where we're going. That's the mayor's office. Which also tells you how much I've played this game. When I know all of the landmarks based on very minimal detailing. But it's okay. It's okay. Some of us need to have no life when it comes to this game, and that someone is me. That someone is specifically me, not having any life or knowing what I'm doing. Okay, that's good. We can continue to head straight. And I will just lower my anchor again so we can have a steady build platform. I stopped to enjoy a coffee and cupcake. That sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. Coffee and cupcake? It's a good combo. You've got this, Allie. Your creativity has levels of its own. Let's go. Yeah, this is certainly something you could call creativity. I don't think that's the word most people would use. But I'll accept it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Creativity is not the word I would use in this specific scenario. Insanity may be closer to the fact. So that white tent is where we're headed. Again, I'm gonna get ourselves up. Like, I'll probably park the raft like here-ish. We'll do that. You better use the toilet at the end. I will. I will. We just gotta get there first, and that's more important. Alrighty. We're so close. And I'm gonna turn the raft, like... I suppose we could just do it off of this side, couldn't we? I don't need to reorient the raft, and that'll make it easier to get in and out. The stream has been going on for an hour, and we're only at Caravan Town. Indeed. No walking? Challenging. You might say that. You might say it's a bit challenging. creativity doesn't necessarily equal aesthetic. In my world, it usually does. I would like to think that my most creative raft builds are some of my more aesthetic ones, but you know, you live and you learn. People are entitled to their own opinions. Okay, we gotta go lower the anchor. Let me just wiggle my way on over here. Did I put it down or raise it up? Okay, there we go. I accidentally double-clicked it. You know what? I feel like we need another branch off of this side right here. I'm not turning off my engine. It's not happening. What on earth was that? Well, that's fun. Love that for us. Okay, so we're just gonna do this because I think it'll be fun. Now we can start another disaster of a situation over here. Right? So I think what we do... Yeah, this'll work. This'll work. Then we go up, and we just kind of do this. Why do you have so many chairs? Because instead of walking, we can teleport ourselves around using chairs and bathtubs. So I'm not walking at all right now. What I'm doing is I'm jumping to place a bathtub, using the bathtub, and then standing up. And that will move me to where I want to go. Because it's perfectly reasonable and normal for this to be the way that games function. But I'm not walking. I'm not walking at all. I'm just teleporting into bathtubs frequently. As you do. Okay, we just need to go a little bit further up. Then I think we start to go sideways. I think this is when we start to angle ourselves. So this is when the horizontal pillars come out. And we go back to this little fun pattern that we established earlier. Or we can use this to kind of walk ourselves along. Haha, walk ourselves. Have you guys seen those animations of, like, RNA polymerase? This is gonna sound super nerdy, but have you seen those animations of, like, RNA polymerase or DNA polymerase replicating DNA? And they look like they're, like, walking along the strands and they look like little goofy guys. Guavaloaf, I knew you would know what I was talking about. I knew you would know what I was talking about. This is why it's good to have other biologists around. To be fair, I'm an ecologist. I don't work with genetics and that kind of stuff very frequently. I try to avoid it because I don't like it, but it's still kind of funny and they're kind of cute, not gonna lie. Hey, the darn screecher is just plonking rocks on my head, so I want to get out of here as fast as possible. I do think the screecher is the one and only enemy that poses an issue for us while we're doing this. I'm gonna see if I can only go up one more half layer. I think I'm going to need to go up 2. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need another half layer here. Okay. But from here, I think we should be able to full send it. Alright. Should be able to full ascend it. Triangles. Triangles have weird collision that we can use to our advantage. And my reach distance just is a thing that we're not going to think about too hard. Okay. We're reducing the size of our operation in hopes that we can then make it go further. This is what's happening. We're up to 100 bathtubs. Good to know. Love that for us. Perfect. I'm thinking we go up one more half wall. I'm thinking we go up one more half wall to just smoothly float through this. And we can always come back to this space if we need to. Gosh darn screecher. I need this I need this bathtub to go away, actually. Don't worry, it's fine. My raft will come back up. Just give it a second. Nice. Come back, raft. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I just need to try and get over there as fast as possible so that the screecher doesn't kill me in the meantime. This is all we need. We're working our way forward. It's happening. It's a bit cursed, but it is happening. If I take one more hit. But I think with this, okay, we're safely inside. We are safely inside. We have made it inside of the mayor's office. So from here, theoretically, right, it's just a process. of moving ourselves over diagonally, waiting for the right wave motion. I'm gonna have to go slightly this way. Come on, waves. Thank you. We're just slowly making our way over. I need my raft to come back above the ground. Nice. Okay, let me over. Let me over. That might have been too far. Grab our safety chair, because the chair has a smaller hitbox. Alternatively, we just kind of do like a little bit of this. And then I can access the bathtub. Nice. The box is right there. We are so close to being able to access the box. We just need a big wave. Just need a big wave to take us over the top. Come on, we're so close. I can always go up another half layer if I have to, but I don't want to. Oh, that was so close. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. We gotta spam left click. It's not- I have free building on, so free building isn't a problem. See? If I have the thing. Free building is just to make sure that I don't have to spawn in gazillion planks. I almost missed it. I almost missed it, but I didn't. Okay, triangle. Triangle is the solution. I believe. I believe. One more, come on. Yes. Okay, and as I promised, outhouse is what it's technically called. I'm gonna have to get slightly closer. Okay, we need to remove the bathtub temporarily. The bathtub will go back, but I need a chair. I need a chair to get me right on the edge of the platform. So I can then place it as soon as this comes back through the ground. Okay, we got here. And then the code is right there. Oh my goodness, am I gonna have to go one more over? I don't think I can technically reach the mayor's chest. Unless... Code for Tangaroa? Code for Tangaroa? It is- I'm spamming E. I am spamming E trying to get- We got it! We got it! Okay, that is the code for Tangaroa. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Now we just need to work our way back across this chain. Which is doable. It's doable, it's fine. I think I need to remove this so I can sit back down on the thing. Because we need to get ourselves as close to the edge to get out of this as possible. I believe. I believe. Why won't it let me place the chair? Can you not unstuck? I don't know where this is gonna put. You're a genius. You're a genius, Guava Loaf. Okay, the screecher is still coming for me, so I need to make it back to the raft proper, which is, we're at the other end of the chain now. Run. Run. This is definitely a definition of running. 106 bathtubs to beat Caravan Town. Nice. I love that for us. I'm gonna start dying of dehydration really soon. Fortunately, we don't have to worry about our movement speed, I guess. So, there is that. I just need to work my way back over. It's slightly nauseating trying to make this work. It's slightly nauseating. Okay, we need a temporary chair because the chair will allow us to get over here. And I think we need to get rid of this to put that there. Unfortunately, the hitbox for the bathtub is slightly too large. I believe. We can do this. Aha! Okay, I need water. I'm going to die from the screecher hit. It's going to happen and I can't stop it. So we need to accept our fate here. I just accept that we can't make it all the way back. Okay. That's fine. This is fine. I don't know why this is where it thinks that the center of my raft is. Because I don't think that is the center of my raft, but you know. I don't know why I'm still dying of dehydration when I just respawned, but this game is perfectly balanced and reasonable at all times. I'm going to give myself a little bit of healing salve because that wasn't fair. Where on earth is my raft base? Fortunately, swimming is allowed. Swimming is totally allowed. So this isn't a problem yet. It's only been an hour and we beat Caravan Town, which I think is actually somewhat ironically shorter than the time I first actually beat Caravan Town, like unironically. But you know, that's fine. We don't need to think about that. We don't need to think about that. We're off to Tangaroa. Tangaroa is next, and Tangaroa is where I want to do bathtub skip skip. Because I think that'll be more fun. So we're going to start building that up as we're on our way to Tangaroa, because it's going to require some counting. And whatever the heck this is can just stay there. We might honestly do it off the back and try and back ourselves into Tangaroa. That might be smart. I kind of like that idea. I just need to get on here, which fortunately there's that chair there. Okay. So what is our Tangaroa code? 0590. 0590 is our Tangaroa code. 0590. Where is it? It's like behind us. This honestly, okay, you know what? We're gonna make this work. We're gonna back our way up to Tangaroa, okay? We're gonna back our way up to Tangaroa. So we're gonna go this way. Because the directionality of our raft doesn't really matter, you know? Gosh darn Screecher. So now that we're moving again. I'm gonna try and line us up. Again, this should tell you how much Raft I've played, that this is just an instinctive thing of knowing how to use the steering wheel at this point. It's kind of sad, but you know what? It's fine. The fact that I can use the steering wheel sideways to go backwards should tell you just how much Raft I've played. And the answer is way too much. Okay, so we're headed straight towards Tangaroa now. To everyone's benefit. Put a toilet on the raft to remember doing that? No thanks, but we'll remember doing it anyways. Okay, so instead of doing that again, we're gonna build ourselves a little platform right here. And this is gonna be, I'm gonna build myself a little walkway right here. And by walkway, I mean bathtub way. So we're gonna start building up the ramp for Tangaroa Skip Skip. Because Tangaroa, in order to beat Tangaroa, the only thing you need is the code for Veruna Point. Which means that the only thing you actually need to access is the bridge. And you can float directly into the bridge using the same technique as Tangaroa Skip, which is when you build a big ramp and you put a bathtub on the end or a chair or something and you float through the golf ball. And then you just normally run through the island to grab the stuff out of the central tower and that kind of stuff and launch the bridge. However, there is the potential for Tangaroa Skip Skip, in which instead of floating through the golf ball, you float directly into the bridge. And that one requires the 104 tall ramp. So that's what we're going to be trying to do. So I need you guys to help me count because I will lose count and this needs to be kind of exact. So we're currently at 1, 2, 3. So this will be 4. Then that'll be 5. I need so many bathtubs for this. Like an unreasonable amount of bathtubs. But it will work. Okay. Railway, you were doing the opposite of helping. So this is, we're at, frickin' bird, go away. Go away. This is 2 tall. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think at every 10th one we put a chair, just so we can keep track. So that we know that this way, that is 10. That is 10 ramps tall. Hello, friends. How's it going? You weren't specific. Don't blame me. I will blame you anyways, just because it's fun. You make a good scapegoat. Okay, so that's 1. I need more catfish, and we'll use tilapia. Fortunately, bird should have de-aggroed, so we should be fine on that end. 1. 2. 3. 4. I love your content. Well, I'm glad. This is not my normal content, but we're gonna try and make it fun nonetheless. So that's 4. 5. We need to get to 104. 6. This is gonna be a lot of counting. Learning how to count with me. 7. 8. 9. 10 is the chair, so chair... I need more of these. Chair is our 10 marker. That looks painful and fun at the same time. You are absolutely correct in your vibe check. Also, this is, interesting, shall we say. My engine is still going, so we're at 20. We're at 20, we need to get up to 104. 104 specifically. We're a 5th of the way there. 1. Oh, look, it's a desert large island. You don't get to see those very frequently. 2. 3. 4. This is going to take so long. This is going to take so long just to build up the right height of ramp. This better work. Because if it doesn't, I will be upset. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And then this one should be 10, which means it is a chair. Perfect. I will laugh so hard if you run into a small island and have to go all the way back down. Fortunately, this one in specific... Can I actually reach the bathtubs? I don't know if I can reach the bathtubs. Oh dear. Because importantly, you can't place anything on ramps. They need to be on the solid ground. Okay, that does work. Okay, so we can make it all the way back down. We can make it all the way back down. Oh, my engine is out. Frick. Okay, we need to set up a fuel tank for my engine. Oh no. Oh no. Can I unstuck? I think unstucking will honestly be easier than trying to work my way all the way back down this ramp. I think it will be easier. But I need my engine to keep going. Because I need this to stay lined up with Tangaroa. So we need to set up a temporary fuel tank. Speaking of which, fuel. Again, this is all stuff we have access to. Vanilla, it's just build to the side, then X. You could build to the side. This is true. This is true. Come on, let me unstuck. Let me unstuck. We're at 129 bathtubs. That is so many bathtubs. That is so many bathtubs. Okay, it's not letting me unstuck, so I'm gonna try removing the bathtub and seeing if it'll let me unstuck from here. Because I think this will be better. But then I need to reorient myself with Tangaroa, because we need to head straight towards Tangaroa. We basically need Tangaroa to go infinitely fast at all times. Or not infinitely fast. We need to, like, be heading in a straight line for this ramp to work. Come on, let me unstuck, please. Please, game. Why does it take so long? I haven't been moving. Like, there's no reason unstuck shouldn't work. Unless unstuck is just horribly broken? Because it's definitely been 30 seconds now. Unstuck? It's been 30 seconds. I've been looking at the timer to, like, make sure. It is 100. Okay, unstuck doesn't work. Does not work well on the raft. It absolutely does work well on the raft. Unstuck 100% happens on the raft. It will always put you in the center for, or wherever it thinks the center of your raft is. Unstuck does work on the raft. If you're on an island, it will always put you on the south beach of that island. Okay, so we have to do it this way, which I don't like, but it does work. We can get down this way. It's just really annoying. So I think what we might end up doing is, unstuck? Don't you dare, you what, mate? No. We might need to build more things. Go off the side and swim. Oh yeah, that... I think I understand what you were saying now, Railway, and I didn't understand it, but... I understand what you were saying now, and I'm sorry for misunderstanding. Although I don't think it's supported, so we might just have to do this. This is fine. This is fine. Okay. We can swim for it. Just gonna make sure. Where is Jeremiah? Jeremiah's off on his own adventure. I love that for him. He's thriving, living his best life. Okay, the good news is that I have plenty of these things set up. Okay, so I need a fuel tank for this. I think what we do is we get rid of... Our smelter doesn't matter at this point. We don't need a smelter anymore. We just set this up here. We give it this biofuel first. This can have biofuel first, and then we just place the rest of our things in here. Like so. Swimming is not moving. We're specifically beating the challenge without walking. It's not possible to do it without moving. There is no way to navigate through the entire game without moving. Because in order to beat the game without swimming, you need to access an inverted scarecrow. You can't access an inverted scarecrow in any way without walking. So it's impossible to beat Raft without walking, without moving. But swimming is allowed. Honestly, these chairs seem like magical teleporters when coming out of the water and would save seconds off the time required to properly enter the raft, even in a normal game. That is true. They do have a larger reach distance. I need more water. Because again, hunger and thirst continue to be a problem. I suppose I could turn them off. I could turn off hunger and thirst. But where's the fun in that? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this one becomes a chair. Right? So we're at 30 now. We're at 30. You can do this, and we continue on our way. So we're at 30. This needs to be closer to the center for this to work. So 31, 2, 3. Ellie! Hello, I've been catching your TikToks on my For You page. Been really enjoying them. I'm glad you enjoyed them, friend. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, never mind. This is 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10th one would make this 40. So we're like almost halfway there. Yay! Although I'm a bit confused by the numerous bathtubs, so we're specifically beating Raft without walking. And one of the ways we can avoid walking is by teleporting ourselves in and out of furniture. Which sounds cursed, but it does work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's Tangaroa. 8, 9, 10. We're not gonna make it in time. I'm gonna need to anchor this. Oh, wait. Okay, slight break. Slight break. Because what we need to do is we need to get this. I'm gonna let... Oh, that's not what I wanted. We need to get back down to the raft and we need to anchor temporarily. I can't walk in the air, but what we can do, because we're just too close. Why do you use chairs sometimes and not always bathtubs? Just because it's whatever I have in my hand. And the chair does have a smaller hitbox, which is necessary in some situations for like when you're working on getting inside of a small building. Something like that. It can be useful. We need to anchor down here temporarily. Okay, so we can do this. Just gotta wiggle my way around town. Because I need to anchor this because we're like almost at Tangaroa and I need to make sure that my thing is going to be very closely aligned. Alternatively, I can give myself another steering wheel when we get up to the top of the ramp. And then we can use the steering wheel to make sure we are oriented directly at the bridge. So let's see. Let's go all the way up really fast. OMG, the pathways. This is madness. It is madness. It is madness. Okay, we just need to get all the way up. We just need to get all the way up really fast. All the way up. Although we might need to start backing off. So let's see. How many is that? That's the chair. That's the chair there. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is this 8? 8? Let's see. Because that's the 10 marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is 8. 9. Then this will be 10, so this one becomes a chair, and that will be 50. Nice. So we're about halfway there. This is looking like a Let's Game It Out video. It's just a cursed challenge. Nothing more, nothing less. Just a cursed challenge. 50. Okay, so we're halfway up to where we need this to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then this one is the last one, so that becomes the chair. 10, that is 60. That's 60. Okay, so I need more Bathtubs. More bathtubs. Tub. I still need so many of these. So many tubs. 155 bathtubs? That's too many. Too many bathtubs, and yet we continue onwards. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And then the next one becomes a chair. Actually, I'm going to yeet that bathtub out so that way I have another clear 5 to go on. 10. That is 70 right there. Okay, so we're at 70. We're at 70. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Then this one becomes the 10th. Eat the bathtub. 80. We're so close. Only 20 more to go. 1. 2. 3. Oh no. We gotta move this slightly further in. 1. 2. 3. 4. There we go. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Then this should be 90. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 100. And then we just need 4 more bathtubs. Right, so we do 1. 2. Yes, 104 is the magic number of how high your thing needs to be to perfectly float into the bridge of Tangaroa. That's 1, 2, 3. And then 1 more. 4. So we should be just about perfectly lined up with that row of windows right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to give myself a steering wheel, right? We're going to do this and also this. So that way I can go back all the way down. 3 is the magic number, but 104 is a decent alternative, indeed. So now we have this monstrosity built up, right? This monstrosity is ready. I'm actually going to do this one with the chair, just so that it's easy enough to work around. We're going to do that temporarily. This. Same thing. Get ourselves all the way back down. I'm gonna avoid that. Okay, so this will bring us all the way back down. Then from here we can swim back over to our raft without going down the entire ramp. Because we don't want to go down the entire ramp because that's annoying. But the ramp is situated at 104 tall. I also love the pipe that it puts at the end of the steering wheel. Always good. Always good. Right? This works out perfectly. You're the best raft YouTuber. I'm currently watching every 101 raft tips. That's a lot of work. There's 101 of them. That's a lot of content to go through. Good luck. Good luck. Okay, so we're gonna eat and drink a little on our way back to our raft. Then I'm gonna raise the anchor and we're gonna start the engine. I might honestly back up a little bit first so that I have time to climb the entire ramp again. We might honestly need to back up a little bit because building the ramp took unsurprisingly longer than it normally takes because normally I'm just building a straight ramp, not an alternating flat ramp that's twice as long as it needs to be. It's the right height, but it's twice as long as it normally is. Alrighty, let's go through here. We're gonna lift that up. We're gonna back up the raft a little bit. We're gonna back up so I have plenty of time to make sure that I'm going in the right direction. Because I think that'll help us. You can't even see Tangaroa unless I do peripheral vision glitching. Because if I look at it head on, it's not there, but if I turn, it's there. If I go this way, it's there. If I look at it, it's there. That's just one of those things about this game. The no fog mod makes it really obvious how much better your peripheral vision is in this game. It's just a thing. Yeah, so I want to back up a little decent amount so that way I can head in with the steering wheel on top of the major flotation. Alright, so we're gonna get all of that out of the way. Okay. Now we need to quickly climb the entire tower. All the way up. I believe in us. This is gonna work. It's hard to tell whether or not I'm making progress, but I think I am. The golf ball is rapidly appearing. I think we are making progress up the ramp. It's honestly kind of difficult to tell, because it looks like everything is exactly the same. But the fact that there's a chair every once in a while does spark hope. I think we can do this. As long as I get up there with some semblance of timely fashion. This is a perfectly reasonable and normal way. Oh, I see the edge. I see the edge. Okay, we made it all the way over here, which does bode well. However, I do need to be sitting in this chair at the instant we're going through the wall. I just need to make sure this is kind of centrally lined up, because that is very important to our long-term success. You can sit and steer, can you? No. Oh, you can, actually. You're correct. I didn't think you could, because most of the things you cannot do while sitting down. Importantly, I have no clue where the note inside the bridge is, so we may have to do this, because I can't anchor from up here, because I don't have access to the anchor controls. You were right. You were right. Credit where credit is due. You were correct. I was wrong. So we can sit down and steer our way through this. I usually do it in a bathtub, and you can't steer well in a bathtub, but you can steer in this chair, apparently. Unlike several times before today. Yeah, so this is just gonna have to work. That's the ladder, so we should be headed straight towards where the note is. And that's what I'm gonna bank on. Because we only get one... Well, we can retry this multiple times. Actually, you know what? Importantly, we're gonna save right here. So that way we can do this again if we need to, and I can adjust our trajectory. But I think we should be headed straight towards it. Let's see. This way a little bit. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Okay, it's right there. So it's right inside of those antennae. This is good to know. We're not saving. We're reloading the save exactly as it was. Load world. No walking. By myself. We can reload the save. It's right there. It's important to note that whatever turns I make are really sensitive, that far away from the main bulk of our raft. So moving it just a little bit swings my raft in a wild direction. We got this. The challenge has been absolutely ridiculous and amazing. I just finished the first part earlier and I'm glad to catch it live now. Welcome, friend. Okay, okay, so we learned that it's right over here. I just gotta make super small adjustments. Super small adjustments. And then this should put us right next to the code, I think. Uh-oh, I stood up too soon. If I could grab that, it wouldn't be a problem. Okay, one more time, one more time. We had the angle correct, I just stood up too fast. Because my ramp wouldn't carry me all the way through. As long as I'm within grabbing distance of the code, it doesn't matter where I stand up, because from there we can unstuck. One more time. One more time, we can do this. From there, we can unstuck. I believe in us. Okay, so we got this. We need to go slightly this way. Gonna try and line myself up perfectly. Do we think I can grab the note while sitting in the chair? I don't think this is an interaction that's ever been tested before. Okay, we need another shot. This is what I mean about turns being a little more drastic when you're this far out from the main bulk of your raft. This is the true definition of spinning like a ballerina. We're gonna reload this. We're gonna reload this. Somebody hit the go around button on the flight deck. Yeah, it's fine. So if I like accidentally move my mouse too much, we just get whipped around. And that's not ideal. Not ideal, but it does happen. It's fine. You know, we make mistakes. We learn from our mistakes. Yep. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Also, I'm unplugging my headphones. We are now wireless. You can see how slightly I'm trying to move the steering wheel to try and get it to exactly where I want it to go. It's so sensitive. I got it! I got it! I got the code. That's fine. This is fine. Hi, Elaine. How's it going? Look at my steering wheel. Hi, Elaine. We got the code. We got the code. From here, we should be able to unstuck. I actually don't know what happens if you unstuck inside the bridge. Let's see. Okay, it puts us here. Which I think there might be enough wave motion that we can potentially get ourselves underwater. Because that's one of the best things about the storm action in this game, is that if we're careful, we might be able to get a wave that's big enough to let us swim. Alternatively, we can jump and like slowly wiggle ourselves over because I do get a tiny bit of momentum in the air. Like a really, really small bit. Because I can't place anything inside here. But if I jump, we get a really tiny bit of momentum. A really, really small amount. So if I just keep jumping, I'm not pressing anything other than space right now, just so we're all clear. I'm just holding space. I think we're just going to slowly inch our way forward into the water. I can't move my camera because it's fixed, but I am only holding space right now. This is going really well. We are going to get there eventually, okay? I think we are, in fact, actually slightly forward. Just space. I believe. Oh. What happened there? Wave? Wave? Maybe you can pick up the note without unmounting the chair, though it's the same key, so probably not. It is the same key, so I don't think we can get up and pick up the note. We're so close. Come on, I just need another big wave. I think if we get one more wave... Here we go. We're so close. We're so close. Let me in. I'm just holding the spacebar in hopes that the wave action will bring us just as far forward as we need to go. All we need is one little bit. We're so close. Oh. Oh. Okay, we're like bouncing on the... Oh. You guys see the wave motion, like desperately trying to move. There we go. There we go. Now we can move. Okay. Trust but verify. We'll need a keycord cam. Let me in, Reynolds. Am I stuck on this now? Okay. Again, as long as we have wave action, I think we're fine. We just need... Because again, if I try and walk, this is the speed at which I walk, which is non-existent. How did you manage to get stuck in the doors? I don't know. To be fair, I've seen worse. There we go. That's it. That's it. The big wave. The big wave is all we need. Now I just have to figure out... Actually, you know what? I could just swim out. What is happening over here? Okay, we're fine. We made it. We made it. It just took some finagling. It took some finagling. But we made it all the way over here. So, we have learned that we can make it through Tangaroa. I don't think that it's possible to make it through all of this without, like, exiting the chair, because it's the same boat. Is the raft stuck on the golf ball? Yeah, it is. But that's fine. That's fine. Physics is normal. I can swim onto my raft. Yep. This is fine. This is fine. My raft is just half underwater at times. This is how you know this game is not at all broken. In any way. Just the fact that my entire raft is underwater. If we get the right amount of wave action, it does let us swim. You can go swimming on your raft, which is one of the more broken things. Okay, so then we need to get our code. 1357. 1357. Whoops. 1357. There we go. And now we can do some more fun things with our engine. The learning curve is tilted upward, but well ascended. We have learned so much in the process of doing this cursed challenge. If that's what you want to call it. I suppose that's what I called it, which would make this my fault, but I refuse to accept responsibility for my actions. Okay, we should be fine. Should be fine. I just need to do a 180 and go the other way. So we can make it towards Veruna Point. And I do have a solution for Veruna Point. I don't know if it'll work. Importantly, I don't know if it'll work. But we're going to try it. Because I want to see if it will. Almost angled perfectly. Slow down the curve a little bit. Oh no, the consequences of my own actions. Is that something I'm really good at ignoring, is the consequences of my own actions? Okay, if we can just adjust this ever so slightly, I think we'll be dead center on where Veruna Point is from here. Nice. Okay, so we have to be a lot less precise with our Veruna Point moving, because again, I have an idea. I have an idea that I think we're going to end up needing to save for multiple times, not going to lie. But the gist of the idea is that instead of building up all the way out, right? Unfortunately, the lowest height we can do it at is like a full wall tall. Also, why is my entire raft just submerged at this point? Why is my entire raft just underwater? It's fine. Everything's fine. This game makes perfect sense all of the time. All of the time. I need more chairs. I need more chairs. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go over here. This is a somewhat normal speedrun skip for Veruna Point. And by somewhat, I really mean somewhat. I'm not talking like... Oh no, we could do it at the half wall tall, couldn't we? We could, and we should. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna build a long line of foundations out. We're gonna make it too wide so that Jeremiah doesn't destroy my livelihood. And this is gonna be like decently long. Decently long. Okay. I don't know where Jeremiah went, but it's fine. He's living his best life wherever he is, doing whatever it is Jeremiah does whenever he's not trying to consume me and my raft. We're gonna go all the way over here. I think it needs to be longer. I think we still need more distance. This will make sense. This will make sense as we approach Veruna Point, I promise. We're just getting there slowly but surely. Hello, friend. How's it going? This is just a matter of making sure that we're well set up. And then we're gonna save. Like we did at Tangaroa, because this might screw up. But, you know, it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. So then, actually, you know, we're gonna go out a little bit further. I'm gonna go out a little bit further. I am gonna have to destroy these on our way back, but you know, that's okay. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. So what we do now is a little bit of this. It's a little bit of that. Okay, and then we can go all the way around town back. Actually, I think this needs to be facing the other way. I need a new axe. Axe. Do you think the ice caps melted because you deforested this world for the lumber necessary to build this? Honestly, that's not an entirely invalid suggestion at this point in time. So we just need to go all the way back here. Don't worry about the line of foundations. It's fine. We're going to end up destroying these. Climbing the tower was a little bit nerve-wracking because I honestly didn't know if it was working. But it was. So, you know, it's fine. Just trust me, this is gonna work. Veruna Point has some of the weirdest collisions in terms of the fact that the roof glitch doesn't actually work at Veruna Point on the walls for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. Bring me all the way over here. The bathtub stays floating because it's supported by this pillar now. Even though we removed its like other thing. I don't care about getting these back. I suppose I could destroy in the diagonal pattern. This is a cheat code for destroying 2x2s faster as you destroy the diagonal. So as long as there aren't two pieces connected to each other, you can destroy all of this. Like so. So you just go in diagonals. And then you have to destroy half the pieces instead of all of the pieces. Isn't that lovely? The more you know. Things I've learned from playing this game far too much. And by that I mean far too much. So if we just go every other alternating one, like so. Nice. Then we can destroy these. And then just that one. Haha! And now we have a bathtub. Way out there. I didn't think about this, because I didn't build myself a line. Well, one moment while I fix the fact that I didn't think this through. Because I needed a line of bathtubs to get myself over there. It's fine. I never make mistakes. Never ever. Me, mistakes. I was only thinking about the end result because I'm like, haha, I can just walk over there. No, I can't. That's the entire point of this challenge. It's fine. Just don't think about it. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome. I believe in this. When do you think you'll hit 1,000 hours on Raft? I would be shocked if it isn't sometime soon. Ah, you're live on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously? Interesting. This is true. I am live on both simultaneously. I am in 2 places at once, like the wizard that I am. Because I am, in fact, a wizard. At least I would like to pretend to be one. I feel like being a wizard would be fun. Are you kidding me? That's rude. That's fine. You can have it. Okay. Thanks for your contribution to the group project, Jeremiah. Really appreciated. That's not what I wanted. So we can do a little bit of this, and then another bathtub. I just need to build myself like a little line of bathtubs. And then we just need to make sure we destroy everything behind us as we go. It's been a long time since we've seen Jeremiah. He felt like saying hi. It was a bit rude. It was a bit of an unwanted interruption, not gonna lie, but you know, he did try. Now we can destroy these as we go. Because again, as long as I have a nice little line of bathtubs to lead me out to that one, we should be fine. Why did that let it place? It shouldn't have. That shouldn't have let me place that. Huh? I wonder what's causing that interaction. It shouldn't let that place. That's weird. Interesting. I got distracted, because normally you're not allowed to place things. Oh, okay. So that one's going to be finicky. Actually, I do need that down, though. So we need to do this, then bathtub, and then it should let me destroy this from here. Okay, so that was just a weird interaction. That shouldn't have happened. It's fine. Everything's fine. Again, everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. That's just how this works. Source, trust me, bro. I don't know what is causing me to move backwards in the chair, but I'm not going to complain about it. It's fine. Everything's fine. I need more bathtubs. I feel like that is the main gist of the stream, is I just need more bathtubs. Off to bed. Long day for me. Can't wait to see the VOD. Good night, Al. Good night, friend. Thanks for stopping by. It was good to see you. Alright, so let's finish this off. Oh, okay. Okay, so if that is still supported by the horizontal pillar, when that gets destroyed, then it destroys the bathtub. But if I destroy the pillar first, then it doesn't. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. But good to know that that's how that interaction happens, I guess. We're still moving our way towards Veruna Point. It is happening. Are you allowed to swim? Yes. Importantly, we are in fact allowed to swim. We're just isolating the ability to walk and run. Because again, I could just sprint everywhere, but that would be boring. That doesn't change anything. Okay, so we just need to build this little line of bathtubs to make our own lives. I don't know why that one worked. I'm just not gonna question the physics in this game anymore. I've been questioning it for years, and I haven't gotten any answers. So we're just gonna acknowledge that physics isn't real and can't hurt you, and therefore we're fine. Everything's fine. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so then bathtub here. Then theoretically, this should let me just teleport down this line of bathtubs. Like so. Nice. Okay. This should work. I think. I think this should work. So the idea is that from here, let's see how close we are. Can I get to one of the chairs from underneath here? No, but I can't just wiggle my way around town. Okay. The network of chairs continues to prove useful. We're slowly approaching Veruna Point, which is good. It's not quite in our render distance yet. But instead of doing the normal swim technique, because that does involve running once you get inside Veruna Point, instead of doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to build a network of bathtubs. AKA this, that will float through the wall into the shorter building that'll be on this side of where the code spawns. That's how we're gonna do it. 2 hours and 221 bathtubs later. Yeah, here we are. So many bathtubs. Fresh water, perfect. Perfect. Again, we're just slowly but surely working our way towards. So that short building, again, peripheral vision in this game is longer. I don't know why, so that makes it happen, but if I look straight at it, it's not there. Things in this game just don't want to be perceived, I guess. Okay, so if we go over here, I want to line myself up basically straight on with the short building. This means we need to go this way, and I'm going to need to save, because I don't know if this is going to be enough. It might not be, and in which case we're going to have to rethink our strategy a little bit. But it can be done. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. In fairness, I haven't tested any of the story locations before trying to do this. So I'm not 100% of the way there on the fact that this is all entirely possible, but that's why we're doing it. That's the entire point of testing it. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed this works and we didn't make it this far for nothing. We could also try to beat the location more as intended. There are other ways we could go about this, because again, swimming is allowed. Swimming is fine. It's just the above water portions that are hard, because there are portions of this game that are above water in terms of that they're classified as land by the game. But they're underwater, and there's no way in vanilla Raft to build underwater other than detail planks. But detail planks don't allow you to place any kind of furniture on them. And I can't walk on detail planks because I can't walk. So I'm going to try it this way, because I think this way remains entirely above the surface of the water, which is buildable territory. Because we can't reach the code entirely by swimming. Like, if you would think any one location would be doable via swimming only, it would be this one, and you'd be wrong. Because this game makes no sense, and therefore everything else that you thought you knew about Raft is out the window. You know what, we're going to sit down so we can really steer ourselves in for this. I'm just going to try and line it up nice and straight. We got this. Couldn't you just fly? Technically, that's not walking. There used to be a flight glitch in this game, although it was removed with Chapter 3. Ladder State was removed, which is kind of sad. It was removed mostly because players kept entering it accidentally and were really confused by Ladder State. It was sad on the speedrun front, because Ladder State was one of the main components of any percent. Because Ladder State just let you fly at 45-degree angles. But that, yeah, it's unfortunately no longer in the vanilla game. It was removed. As sad as that is. Okay, so we're gonna see if this works. Again, I don't know if it will, so I'm going to save here. We're going to save when we're still a ways out, so that theoretically if I need to reload this, then it won't be too arduous to realign myself and that kind of thing. Okay, so when we need to get down and around town, which conveniently I have my little walkway set up. Why am I underwater? We're fine. We're fine. Okay, so I just need to be in this bathtub, and we're going to float straight through this wall. It's going to look a little cursed, but just trust me. And we saved. I'm going to save again, just because I'm paranoid. Now we're going to go back in our bathtub. I feel like this is going to be one of the more finicky locations. I don't know this. I don't know this for certain in any regard. But I have a gut feeling. And that gut feeling does not bode well. So let's see. Let us see. I'm pretty sure, because again, this should allow me to clip through. If this doesn't allow me to clip through, then we have other problems to worry about. Because again, there is no way to build down in Vanilla Raft. Okay, this allows me to clip through. Good. How high off the ground are we, is the question. Okay, so the problem is that the code is down. Alternatively, I might be able to fudge this if I get rid of the bathtub here. Because the code is down a couple layers. That's not quite what I want. Oh, I think the raft just pushed me. Maybe this is where our shelf friends comes in handy. I think we might. Because, okay, so the code is like down here. It's like underneath me a couple levels. So I think we pull out our handy dandy friend, the shelf. Shelf. This one. And I think we start going ham. This is going to be a bit wonky. But I think this is our best chance of success that we have. Is just building continuously a little further downwards with shelves. Because again, it won't let me go this way. I have to like decide which direction to go when, because I can't flop it as soon as I start to go down. We are committed to like heading a single direction, which isn't ideal. It isn't ideal. Unfortunately, this is the lowest we can build out using this technique, and that's the only technique that allows me to clip into Veruna Point. Let me grab this just so that it's less in the way. Okay. Because there is that. And theoretically, I can build this. I'm kind of curious. Okay, right. So if we do pure upside down shelf, if it'll let me. I'm really trying to rotate this as I'm getting the green to like tell it to actually rotate. This is why we save, just in case this doesn't work out the way that I think it will. Okay, I finally got it to the orientation I want it to be. I just need to place it now. Okay, placement done. Placement accomplished. So that allows me to do kind of a weird wiggle thing. This might, honestly, we might be able to push ourselves through another layer using this if I get it lined up properly. And I get like a chair or something. We might be able to push ourselves through the next layer. I believe. Do you know if you can do cross-platform when Raft console comes out? They haven't talked about anything related to that, so I have no clue. Okay, chair doesn't seem to want to place in this, which I can't imagine why it wouldn't. Why would a chair not want to place right here? Okay, bathtub. Bathtub has a big hitbox. That's one of the things I'm concerned about. And again, I'm pretty sure carpets don't care. I crouched. I crouched and that sent me flying. It's right there. That is the code that we need from this. But again, there's no way to build up. I can't, like, build from here. This is a dilemma. This is a dilemma. Because there's no way to... Like, we can use detail planks, sure, to, like, build a walkway in here. That does technically work, but again, I can't walk on them. So there's no point to that. And I could try... Because there is no way to build down in the game. That's the big problem. If there's a way to build down with, like, any of the normal furniture pieces, easy clap. I think we would have far less of a problem. But everything has to be supported from the bottom up, and there's no way to build under water level. So I crouched, and that shoved me 2 layers down, so I was wrong. It was 2 layers below us, not 1. And that makes things even more complicated. So again, keep in mind that our bathtub layer up there, that layer up there is only a half layer above the water surface. So could I theoretically build a staircase out of shelves that goes all the way down here? That is the question. Could you build a staircase of shelves that goes all the way down and would plop you out right by that? Actually, out of curiosity, if I unstuck right here. Okay, it puts me here, which isn't ideal. This isn't ideal in the least, actually. Although this isn't where it should put me. So that's a bit weird. Do that before you clip in. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking that we do a kind of series of shelf like staircases. Although it is weird with water is the thing. It is very weird with water. Yeah, this is not where it should be putting me for unstuck, which is, I wonder if it's trying, because Veruna Point should unstuck you to the center of your raft, but like we said, the center of the raft is kind of screwed up with all of our little tendrils going off in every direction. Because this isn't the unstuck point for Veruna Point. So let me reload the save. Let me reload the save we made. I'm not giving up on this idea yet. I don't want anybody. No. Okay. We're not giving up quite yet. Although that does give me pause. Can you place a chair on a detail plank? No. No, you cannot. Detail planks are only interactable with other detail planks and with, like you can place detail planks on other things, but you cannot place other things on detail planks, and that's one of their main limitations. So just for the sake of demonstration here, let me anchor ourselves really fast because we're going to need to anchor ourselves anyways. Drop anchor. For the first bathtub, yeah, is in. Just for the sake of demonstration, if we grab a detail plank, even though I didn't trade for these or anything, so let's just say we can do a flat platform that way, right? The chair is non-selectable. Here, you can see that when I'm looking at a surface where a chair could potentially be placed and can't because it's got collision or whatever, it's red, it's outlined, you know, it's a thing. Detail planks are not a selectable surface for placeable objects. You cannot place anything on top of a detail plank. It doesn't work. It never has, it never will. So this is an obsolete item in terms of this challenge, because while I can place them, I can't place anything on them, so it doesn't matter. And I can't, like, build another piece off of it or anything like that. So it's not like I can, you know, use them to get to my desired height. That's trying to place off of this right here. But it's like, this is completely non-selectable in terms of its collisions. I don't think there's a less crowded place in my raft for me to demonstrate that. We can go, like, up into Narnia up here. Off of one of the ramps. Yeah, so if I were to go, like, grab my detail plank and, like, do this, you know, I can place another detail plank off that. You can see how the detail plank collides with it and, like, is giving me the option. But chair, nope. No option whatsoever. Bathtub, same thing. Any sort of the, like, actual build things is trying to snap onto these windows, but not over there at all. So, detail planks are obsolete in terms of trying to make this work. They do not help us at all. So I think our best option here is to attempt to build a staircase of shelves down into the water. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try it off of the end of there where I can swim and move a little bit more freely. I think that's going to be our best bet. And I have no real evidence for this other than my own willpower. There we go. That should allow me to move. Now we just build that. Jeremiah's going to be in the way. Jeremiah might be a problem here. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Jeremiah's a problem. Jeremiah can do what he wants. I just need to know if this is possible. Actually, you know, just for the sake of seeing if this is feasibly possible, we're going to turn... nope, not that one on, although that is the mod I use. We're going to turn ourselves game mode peaceful so that Jeremiah won't attack us, just so we can see if this is physically possible. Because Veruna Point might be the end-all of this challenge. Because swimming is allowed. Swimming is totally fine. Swimming is valid. So if I grab shelves, right, and we need to go a substantial ways down. This is not going to be like a small little thing, right? We need to do that, and then will that allow me to place in such a way? Can I do? It was green for a second. I don't know what is causing it to be red. We're going to turn on motion sickness also. We're going to turn on motion sickness so that theoretically this can be a little smoother. Wiggle a little less. You can see how much of a difference that makes. And give us the most fighting chance that we can for this challenge to succeed. Because if this doesn't succeed, I will be heartbroken. Okay, so that angle doesn't work. I wonder what happens if we do it on the other side. Like this, because sometimes it's actually different depending on what side you're working on. Okay, so we can do it like this. This works. I don't know if it will continue to work into the water. That's the thing. But we're going to test it. Because either this works or it doesn't, and that's going to be the end-all be-all of it. So I need more shelves. We're going to need a lot of shelves. Also, hey, how's it going? Right? Will this continue to work is the question. Because that says no, and now we're underwater. So can I use carpets to fix that? This is the question. Because if this doesn't work, I don't know what else would work. I don't know. If carpets don't fix this, do you have the power to just jump over to the note? I mean, we could. But I feel like that would take forever. Of just jumping and getting the tiniest bit of momentum. And I don't know if that... Because I do technically still have, like, the ever so slight amount of movement. Even though it's slow as frick. I don't know if that would consider breaking rug. What are we breaking now? We're still trying to beat Raft without walking. It's the same as yesterday, just with more steps. Okay, so interestingly, not even a carpet will place here. And when a carpet won't place, that's a pause for concern. Oh, unless we can just wiggle it enough. Because if we can wiggle it enough that the carpet accepts its fate. Again, I don't know if it's possible. It might only be possible if we, like, really go in small increments. Is that even going to make a difference? Like, will this height continue downwards enough for me? Because we need to go, like, down to this window level. We need to go a ways down. This isn't, you know, like, small enough divisions. It is moving down ever so slightly. And by ever so slightly, I mean ever so slightly. We might get to a point where it's only possible at the same height, which is what I'm worried about. Because I don't think there's any noticeable difference between these and their ability. I don't think the carpet is helping at all either. Because, like, notice how the carpet will only accept it when it's, like, majority half above the water. And no wave motion is going to be enough to lift that out of the water all the way. For us to build a staircase that goes down to this window, nothing is going to work to that degree. It's not going to happen. I don't want this to be where this challenge ends. But I'm thinking it might have to be. I don't think we get a choice. Because we can't build down. We can't build down at all. That's the problem. I keep trying to, like, jump out of the water to move forward, and every time it's like, that counts as walking. It's like, gosh darn it. So I think, unless anyone has any other suggestions on how we could get a substantial ramp down to that point, because we can do the whole thing where we dropped this down, but even then we're going to end up in that same situation we were at like 10 minutes ago, where we're just sitting there so close to the point and unable to reach it. Because again, I could theoretically jump and carry enough, like, a tiny bit of momentum at a time, but I think this still would qualify as walking. You can feel free to disagree with me on that point. Yeah. So, I think the answer to the question might be no. Despite all of our best attempts. I don't think it's possible to beat Raft without walking, because I think that code room in Veruna Point, makes it impossible. Unless anyone has any other suggestions. I think that is the end of this challenge. I don't think it's possible. Which is, again, I didn't test this beforehand because I genuinely wanted to know. I genuinely wanted to know whether or not it's possible. I'm coming to the conclusion that the answer is no. But it's worth trying, you know? It was worth the effort, and we made some interesting discoveries along the way, shall we say. With our big thingy madoohicker and our ramps and all our noodles coming off in all directions. Yeah, but I think that is the end of this particular instance. Anyways, I think we're going to call it there for today, which is a sad end, but, you know, it is what it is. No, you cannot beat Raft without walking. It cannot be done, at least not with any of the techniques that I know, and I know quite a lot of Raft techniques. So, that is probably it. A valiant attempt, and you got a lot further than I expected. Same. I also got a lot further. We got it to the second, like, I'm pretty sure we could have done Temperance. I'm pretty sure we could have done Utopia. But, you know, it's easy and comfy here at the sidelines. No, it's fine. We really tried. We really tried, and I'm content with the attempt. I'm content with the attempt. We really tried. Yeah, so I think we're gonna wrap things up there for today. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, despite the fact that we, in fact, cannot beat Raft without walking, but we really tried. And now we know something that no one has ever thought to test before, so there we go. But I think that's everything from me for today. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you all again very soon. I don't know when I'll stream next on YouTube, but I do stream 2 to 3 times over on Twitch a week, so if you're interested in that, I'll see you there. But anyways, that's it for today. I hope to see you all again very, very soon, and until then,